Averaging a lot of damage is something that every player wants to do. And the more you can average, the better sometimes you are considered to be. In today's video, I'm going to be showcasing how you can average close to 4,000 damage by using your skill and overall capabilities of whatever tank it is you're driving. Now that is the most important part about doing well in Blitz, is the specific tank you're driving, right? If I'm driving a vehicle like a 114 SP2, I'm not really going to be able to average 4,000. I mean, sure, I could get 10 lucky games in a row, but realistically, this tank is not fast enough, it does not feature enough damage per minute, and because of that, you're not going to reliably get out high damage games that even out the low damage games. What you usually want to pull out for averaging a lot of damage are either mediums or fairly high DPM heavies. Vehicles like the Rinocerante, with mobility, with gun depression, with armor, with everything you'd want in a heavy. The VZ55. Honestly, even the Stridsvon K has enough DPM and actual capabilities to get out pretty good damage. But today, we're going to be focusing on the mediums, and that is because mediums in general are the easiest to deal damage in. You are less of a holding tank and more of a doing tank. So after picking the mediums class, you have to specifically pick a medium that's going to allow you to deal a lot of damage. There's a lot of really solid choices. The E50M is incredibly overpowered. This is a really, really solid shout. The M48 Patton is another very overpowered tank right now. The T22 Medium is a really good shout. The Object 907, STB1. There's a lot of really good options to average a boatload of damage. Today I'm actually thinking about the Progetto 65. This vehicle has mobility, it has damage per minute, it's an auto reloader. It kind of checks a lot of the boxes, but you know what, just for fun, we're going to do the Lion. This is a vehicle that not everybody loves, but I think the gun, I think the mobility, and the fact that it has Tungsten as an auto-loading tier 10 allows it to be really, really strong. And if you can use those capabilities, it can allow you to actually do really, really well. So here we are on Canal. Up against us, we have a T100 LT, and that's it. That's their only source of mobility. Now, that's not to say that the enemy team isn't going to go to the medium flank, so that is something you have to be very cautious about. But we are going to play our, well, I was going to move over towards base A, but because the game loaded in me in so late, we're just going to go over to the medium flank. But today, we are going to play like a cringer, because that's how you average a lot of damage. You don't play for the team, you play for yourself. So we might not win a lot, but at the end of the day, if you're trying to average damage, you're not trying to win. So we have the enemy 113, which we did shoot at. Unfortunately, the shell didn't go exactly where I wanted it to. We're just going to chill here. As you can see, we already have some shells being fired at us, which is something to keep in mind. Oh, there you go. We get a 300 bounce. We load in a gold shell. We do get penned, but we're just going to load in another shell. There you go. Ooh, 900 bounce. 900. What the heck would do... What? I don't even know what that would be, honestly. Maybe that was a... I don't actually know. I'm trying to figure out what would do 900, but I can't come up with an actual answer. Either way, we have the Foch. And what we're going to do right now is... Oh, we have a Yo. That'll do 900. Let's put on our Tungsten. There's one shell into the Yo, and that player's off the hill. We have the 113 in mid, which... Ooh. I'm going to back up. Let's see what this 113's doing. There you go. Nice 395... There you go, nice 368. And then we aim in one more, and we bring what was a pretty healthy vehicle down to 59 health. And look at that, we are already up to 2,000 damage. Now, the Lion has really, really solid auto-reloading capabilities because it has the most DPM on single shot. So all we have to do is get this shell loaded. There you go, now we are already on single shot, so we just have to wait a teeny bit. Wait for this T100 to... Oh, is he going to? There you go. I was going to say I'm waiting for this T100 to roll around the corner. Just took that player a little while. We obviously have the Yo right over here, and I'd love to be able to get a shell into that Yo, but it doesn't look like we're going to be able to do that just yet. So we have the enemy 183 on the flank. That's a super dangerous tank. We also have the Minnow. These are all really, really scary vehicles that I don't want to be shot by. So we get one shell into the Minnow, and we're going to chill right here, hoping that the Minnow doesn't nuke us. We're going to hope that he misses the shot. That's really the only goal. There you go. Minnow bounces. That's what we needed. Now we can get a shell ourselves into the Minnow. And we can chill here. We can aim in another shot. There you go. Another nice 312 back into cover so the Minnow can't hit me. And, oof. Yeah, that player just got obliterated. Alright, well, we have most DPM on single shot again. So we'll just get another nice shell into the Minotauro. And we chill here on single shot, reload, 3, 2, 1, and get the clear into that player. This is such a good example of how you can effectively use the DPM on this tank to your advantage. So we have the 183 right here, and we're going to miss that shot. That was pretty bad for me, I'll admit. But we still get the next shell into the 183. That's all we needed anyway, because that's all we had left in our gun. So we ended up dealing 4,261 damage. The E4 is going to clear the FE2 and 5B183, and there you go. There's your first 4,000 damage game. You'll notice how I specifically went for targets that had health. I went for tanks that I knew I could clear, but also I didn't over-aggress to put myself in a position where I was worried about dying. So 4,568 damage, 1,990 blocked, and we ended up acing the tank. This is a pretty good vehicle, if you ask me, to get high damage. Because it has tungsten, and it's not a reloader, you have this really nice damage output, right? You saw me take 2 400 damage shells off of that 113, and then another like 350 or something. And if you add that together, that's like, what, 1,100 damage off of that vehicle? That's already 25% of the way there to 4,000 damage. So all I need is potentially 4 clips, and I'm already there. Now, obviously, that takes a lot of time, and since we've done a 4,500 damage game, that means that now we can deal a 3,500 damage game and still be in that 4K range. And if we continue doing 4K battles, then it means even if we dip below, it's not as big of a problem. So, up against us, we have an E50M, a Boss Shotgun 25-ton, and a WZ-132A. That's all really, really dangerous stuff. Now, remember, we are not trying to support our team, we are trying to farm damage. So because of that, I'm not going to go to the normal medium position that I would. Instead, we are going to focus on supporting our heavies and helping out on this flank of the map, because this is what you do if you try to damage farm. You don't support the mediums, you support the heavies. So, we're going to push with the Minnow, we're going to push with the Kampfpanzer 70, and we're going to see if we can get some damage out here. And we'll see how this ends up working. As you can see, our TL7120 is going over here. And what you want to do is you want to go fully wide, right? I have the mobility to cross this. As you can see, our T100 crossed, and now I'm going to cross. And we have the mobility to cross, so that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to move all the way up over here. We're going to cross this spot. We are detected. Not sure from what. Ah, from the Boss Shotgun. Interesting. But that's fine. We got the shell out, and that obviously bleeds that Boss Shotgun at least a bit. Alright. That player, I'm not really sure what their game plan is, but we're going to aim it on their lower plate. Oh, they got shot. Pretty hefty shot as well. I don't understand. Is the Batchat the tank spotting me? I don't think it is. I don't actually know it's detecting me. But it's alright. We have the Yag Tiger right here. And we are going to aim in on that Yag Tiger. There you go. Nice 390. And we aim in again. And there you go. Nice 386. It's just like that. 2 shots into that player. We've bled them quite a bit. Alright, we reload again. Oh, we got the XM in the back. Let's just load in a gold shell really quickly. There you go, nice 350 damage. And now we're going to back up. We're up to 1,500 damage, but it's a lot of nasty tanks there. And I don't want to be in a situation where I have to fight those tanks. So let's get our 3rd shell loaded, and what I'm hoping is that we can push right over here and get some potentially high bleeds. There you go, 411, and boom, there you go, another nice shot. Of course, the E50 is still camping in their spawn. Not a great play from that E50. You don't really want to camp in that vehicle, but alright, that's that player's choice, right? We're going to move up a little bit, see if we can spot that 50B. There you go. Oh, I don't even know where that shot went. Let's see if that 50B backs up. There you go. Nice 372, and we back up. Okay, we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. We're up to 2,400 already. And I don't know where the 268 is, but I'm not going to worry about the 268. We're going to cross this, and we are going to ignore the E50. We're going to move up just a little bit. We're going to aim in a shell on the AMX-50B. There you go. Nice shot. We're going to back up. That player's taken out of the game. Ah, there it is. Of course. Well, we got a shell into the 268. Still, oh, okay, we're good. We are good. We have enough health to take a shell from the XM, and I don't really care if he shoots me, so let's come on, T100, clear him. There you go. All right, E50 shoots, and that means we're going to out-reload the E50. There you go. Nice 320 damage shell into that player. Let's not get hit by the E50, so we'll chill here. There you go. Now we can move up a little bit. We can possibly aim it on the 268. There you go. Nice 360 damage shell into that player. We're up to 4,000 damage already in this game, which is obviously a lot. And we're going to aim it on the E50. There you go. Nice 276. And even though we die, again, I wouldn't have gotten much more damage in this game. So notice how I went to the heavy flank. I farmed out the enemy heavies. I farmed out the enemy mediums. And because of that, we did another 4,000 damage game. So that's 2 4Ks in a row now. Pretty easy stuff. And again, it's a very simple showcase of how you can average 4K. 4,400 damage. We didn't actually ace the vehicle this game, but still a pretty solid result. All right, let's head into another battle. Let's keep going here. So that's 2 games, 4,500 average damage so far. Now, as I said, don't expect for me to win every game. Sometimes you'll end up driving your medium to the heavy flank, and then the enemy mediums will flank immediately, and you'll end up losing. Thankfully, that game, our mediums, the T100LT, and we had one other medium, a Rheinmetall Panzerwagen. All of the lights we had were smart enough to support me on the heavy flank. And not only that, but for some reason their 50B was in spawn, their XM66F was in spawn, and same for the Jagdtiger. I don't know what the heck their team was doing. We got kind of lucky that their team didn't do anything. I was hoping that somebody was going to push up on the heavy flank and I'd be able to farm them, but we didn't even get that opportunity. I don't know what the heck the enemy was doing. So this game, we have a 60 TP, BZ75, Chieftain Mark 6, and a Stridsvon K, plus an E3. That's basically 5 super heavies. Then they have an STB1 and a Bosch Ation 25 ton. So really, really dangerous tanks. I have no clue how that 60 TP's typing new map in the chat. Bro, like, what? What? Alright, either way. I'm going to ping where I'm going so that my heavies have some confidence. And I'm going to move up. We have 3 heavies going here, one of which has a boatload of health. And I'm hoping that I can cross all the way into the wide area. We don't have too much support, though, so I'm not going to play super aggressive here. I'm going to chill in this position, and we'll see exactly where the enemy team goes. Because I'm not going to over-aggress. Not if we don't have support. There you go. There's the Stridsvon K. The mouse is moving over here. There's the 60. Okay. I'm glad I didn't cross that, because I wouldn't have had support, and that 60 would have just nuked me. Alright. What do they have? They have a Chieftain? I wouldn't be surprised if more tanks ended up rolling around this area here. We do have the Chieftain as well. Okay. Interesting. Alright. The enemy team is not here. So, at this point, we do have the Stridsvon. Wow. Okay, thank you, RNG. And the Chieftain kind of cuts in front of me there. Let's just back up so we don't bleed any more health. Especially with that 60 TP staring at us. I can't believe our shell missed that. That's the one thing that I don't love about this tank, is its accuracy is pretty mid. Our mouse is doing actually awful, though. Like, as bad as you can do. Gonna move up over here. Oh, got the Stridsvon, and there you go, nice 340. Let's aim it again. There you go, nice 294. We have the E3 in mid. Let's back up from that E3. Don't want to be hit by that. And I don't know where the heck our Chieftain's going, but it's not an entirely helpful position he's going to. Our mouse and I-7 are getting absolutely owned, which is not great. I'm going to aim it on the E3. There you go. Nice 400 into his tank. And there you go. Another fire into his vehicle. And then we can finish our clip into his tank. Like, that's a lot of damage when you do the math there. We just brought a full health E3 down to a one-shot. That's a little crazy when you actually think about it. Now, our team kind of sucks. Like, actually sucks. The Stridsvon is doing a lot of damage, and what I'm hoping right now, E3 just missed. What I'm hoping is that we can push this Stridsvon. There you go. Nice 380 damage shell. And what I'm really hoping is that we can get some clears into this player as quickly as possible. Let's aim it on the Stridsvon, and here we go. Get to his side, put on Tungsten. There's 1 shell into his tank for 386, and 2 shells into his tank, taking that player out of the game. T110E3 is still alive, though, which is a big problem, because I can't afford to really be hit by the E3, and yet he does hit me. That sucks. That really freaking sucks. That's so tragic. Alright, 60 TP just shot, which means I can move over here. I can get 1 shell into the 60. I can get 2 shells into the 60. Take that player out of the game. Can't believe that E3 went to that position. I thought the E3 was going to still be sitting over here, but nope. Unfortunately for me, that player was smart enough to do whatever the heck he did. Alright, well, the IS-7's going to flank over here. We're going to reload our clip still. And this is why dumping your reserve shell sometimes isn't a bad play. Alright, let's see. Is that E3 over here? Indeed, that player is. Nice 138 damage. There you go. Nice 110. Those two shots alone brought that E3 down to a one-shot with a high explosive into the roof, which is definitely what I need, because now if that player tries poking again, it's not going to go all too well for them. Oh, we got the STB over here. We have the boss Shotzion, which we get one shell at. And now we chill right here. Oh, and the E3 managed to hit me. Oh well. This was a winnable game, and honestly, if that E3 didn't end up hitting me, it probably could have been a win. I also don't know why I don't know why our mouse YOLO'd. Our team was pretty tragic. I mean, this is what happens when I always say, you drive your medium to heavy flank, you get flanked and you die. And that's what happened. But if that E3 didn't hit me, that honestly could have been a win. I just didn't think he was going to be in that position. And I needed to help my ISM with the 60 TP. But 5,000 damage. There you go. We did pretty good still. And we did everything we needed to, right? Everything we needed to in this game we did. So, no complaints from me. If our chieftain didn't leave, we probably also could have won that if he had just pushed the Stridsvon K and the E3 with me, and then we could have gotten the 60 TP taken out. Our ISM would have saved a lot of health, and then we could have fought the enemy mediums, but our chieftain going over to the medium flank wasn't the best play, if you ask me. Either way, 3 games now, 4,600 average damage. We've only lost 1, which is alright. Here we go. We're on mines. Up against us, we have 1 medium, TVP 5051. And while that is a dangerous tank, we feature really, really good capabilities as well. So, no problems there. Alright, so what are we going to do here? Well, we have a Marat. I don't think going up the hill is the right play with the tanks they have. So, what we're going to do to start off with is we're going to chill right here, and we'll see if that TVP tries to go up the hill. And actually, I'm not going to even really poke this. I'm just going to wait. They have too many dangerous tanks for me to feel comfortable poking. And our Marat is AFK, which is not very helpful either. What we're going to do is we're going to go wide. We'll see how this works. Got the Yag spotted. Super Conk spotted. Alright, keep going, keep going. Got the Concept 1B over here. Oh, there you go. We have the E3. Is that the same E3 from the last game? It might be. Okay, Marat gets a nice shell. Nah. It was close, but unfortunately didn't hit. My Wi-Fi was kind of bugging out there. I don't know what went on, but when I tried poking that E3, didn't work the way I wanted it to. But the good news is we know where the E3 is now. That player is useless, right? That player has put himself in literally the most useless spot to play an E3. Because I can just leave. I have mobility. I have everything you'd want in a medium. So, we're going to ignore that flank, and we're going to head over here with the Kron. And we'll see what we can do on this side of the map. I don't know if anybody's going over here, but I know where the E3 is at least, so that's good. We're going to head wide, and we'll see if our Kron spots anybody. There you go. 60 TP is detected. And we keep heading over here. There you go. Unfortunately, this game is probably going to be a defeat. It's not even the Lion's fault. It's just we're on a terrible map. Like, this is legitimately one of the worst maps in the game to be in a medium on. Because you just don't have anywhere to go, is the problem. But right now, we're in a pretty fine spot. We have the E4 over here. That shell misses the E4. Come on, poke it. Oh, come on. What are we doing, RNG? That's so tragic. That's actually just so tragic. That's the only problem with the Lion. The accuracy of this vehicle is not very good. And it causes you to miss some incredibly easy shots. Those shots should not have missed. I'll be completely real. That was bogus. Alright, TVP's dead. That's good at least. I know that the 60's right there. I need that Kron to move up or spot the 60 or do something. And then I can push up myself and, you know, get some damage. But the problem is with that E4, who should be dead. Is the Kron moving up? Okay, good. The Kron is moving up. I'm going to poke this. I knew it. I frickin' knew it. Oh my god! What are we doing, game? What are we doing? Fricking bozo. God, I hate this game sometimes. And that Kron, instead of helping me, just did fricking nothing. What a joke. Bruh. Sometimes Blitz really pisses me off. And the fact that my HE missed that E4 3 times really pissed me off. And this Kron, instead of doing anything productive, is just camping. God, sometimes, bro. 60 could one-shot me, but whatever. He's got 630 alpha, and I'm willing to take the risk. There's 2 shells into the 60, and if he pokes out, the Kron will kill him. There you go. God, that got me so freaking angry. Well, this is exactly what I'm talking about. By every now and then, you have a bad game that evens out the good games you have, right? We've had 3 games with... Okay. We've had 3 games with 4,000 average, and now we have a game that we have, like, 2 average damage in, and it's all because 3 HEs missed the T1 to E4. If any of those shot had hit the lower plate of the E4, I could have pushed up on the 60, I could have clipped him out, and then I could have gotten to the side of the Yag and clipped that player out. But instead of doing that, the game said, no, you're going to miss all of the shots for no reason, and, yeah, whatever. We still have 3,900 average damage. But this is exactly what I mean. You have to do good in certain games, because every now and then, wargaming will literally screw you over. And there's nothing you can do about it. It's all RNG dependent. I mean, you guys saw that. Those shots were perfectly on the hatch. And they just had to hit him. They didn't even hit his tank. All it needed was a single HE on the roof of his vehicle, and he would have been dead. Like, that's crazy. And then I could have pushed up free. Wow. I just, sometimes I get very irritated. And that's one of those moments there where the game seriously just, oof. Oof. Alright, let's move up. We have our whole team supporting us, so I don't feel threatened about pushing up here. We have the boss Chatillon right in front of us. We're going to activate our Tungsten. We get a 390 into his tank, and there we go. Nice HE for 498. And the boss Chatillon wants to go. There you go, 503. Now we just back off. And that's exactly what you do in a Tungsten vehicle. This is why Tungsten is so dangerous, right? Like, we just did 1,400 damage there. That's a little crazy. And in just a moment, we're going to have our shells back. So 3, 2, 1. There you go. We're starting to reload again. We can aim it on the Leopard. We aim in a high explosive. Doesn't pen. Whatever. Sometimes my RNG does not work in my favor. But it's alright. It's alright. We're going to reload. And we're going to aim it on the line. 3, 2, 1. There you go. Nice 308. 3, 2, 1. There you go. Nice 348. Alright, sweet. We're getting out damage. We're up to 2,200 already. The team we have, though, is not doing great. I'm going to back out of here. Super Conk's doing his thing over there. We have the VZ on this flank, and we're going to aim it on the VZ. There's 1 shell into the VZ. 2 shells into the VZ. We damaged his ammo rack. Okay. Thank you, Super Conk. You really helped me, bro. I'm glad that you distracted that player. That's really, truly helpful. Alright, well, that's great. I might be cooked. In fact, when I say might, I think I am cooked. But the VZ is distracted on the 92, which is obviously important. Okay, thank you, RNG. Let's try that again. There you go. Alright, nice. We're going to back up, because I can't afford to be hit by that E3. But the E3 just shot, which means I can push up. I can get 1 shell into that player. And we're not going to shoot the 2nd shell, because that would be a bad idea. As I said before, we have most effective DPM when shooting single shot. So we just chill here. 92E1 is going to aim it on the E3. He gets the clear. Now we can move up on the flank to where the concept is, and we can get some damage into the concept 1B. There's... Okay, thank you. Alright, let's aim it on that Waffenträger. There you go. 348. And boom. 344. Sweet. Not bad. Not bad at all. Let's just chill here. We still have plenty of support from our team, so we're doing fine. There you go. Nice. This is why I know some people don't love the line. Like Peter KekW, who's another pretty good player. He doesn't love the line. And I don't fully blame him. The gun on this tank can be incredibly infuriating at some points. Like, yeah, I don't know what else to say. Like, the gun missed some very easy shots this battle, which it definitely shouldn't have, and that is... It's definitely annoying when that happens. But I think we still did 4K. We did 5,300. So again, we have that 1,800 damage battle, but then we have these really good games which make up for it. So we're 5 games in now. We're still 4,000 average damage. We've aced the tank. And we did pretty good, right? I mean, the first clip of the game alone gave us 1,400 damage. Like, the high explosive on the line, even though its shell velocity is really bad, it has super high alpha. I think it's 440. So if you're using tungsten, you can roll in the 500s pretty easily. And that means if you get behind somebody, you can actually deal like 1500 damage in 6 seconds. It's a little crazy. So here we go. Molendijk up against us. E50M, WZ121, and a 30B. The question is, will our team go to the heavy flank? If they do, I'm going to push heavy flank with them, farm out the heavies, and ignore the medium flank, because that's what you do. But if our Rinocerante is pushing over towards the medium side, which he is, and our Foch is pushing over to the medium side, then realistically it might be a better play to push more towards medium. Alright, we'll see what happens here. We'll see. I'm not going to over-aggress. They have a lot of mediums. But we do have support, so there's that. There's the enemy 121. They only have one tank destroyer, which is pretty good for me. The Rheinmetall gets a nice shell into the 121. We get spotted by the E50. I don't like that bush there. That bush is sus, just because they have a Yag. And the Yag's not a necessarily fast tank. Let's move up, and let's keep going, keep going, keep going. There you go. That's what I want. This way, I can get into this position, and we shouldn't be spotted. Sweet. Okay, our Yo's moving up. And with our Yo moving up, and we can see the enemy mediums are running, that means I should realistically have the opportunity to push up myself. Activate Tungsten. There you go. Okay, you hit me on the move. Alright, bruh. Cringe, but whatever. Nothing I can do about bad RNG. Alright, so we have the 57 in mid. There you go. Nice 384. At least my RNG worked a little bit there. We have the E50 over here. We have the 121 on the flank. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to push up a bit, and we're going to see if we can get some bleeds, right? We have the Yag Panzer over here, and the Yag is a big threat. So there's one shell into the Yag. Pretty awful roll. There you go. 2 shells into the Yag. Not bad. Not bad. We're up to 1300 damage. The problem is our team's kind of steamrolling this, and there's only so much you can do when your team's steamrolling, right? We get hit by the 30B, but our Foch gets a really nasty bleed into that player. There you go. That player's taken out. We're going to reload just a little bit longer, and what I'm actually thinking of doing is ignoring all of that commotion over there and shooting the E100. There you go. Nice 300 damage shell ones. Okay. That 30B is really annoying. It's not even that he's a threat, he's just camping. And unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about that. But what I can do is I can reposition all the way over here to a spot where that 30B can't easily hit me. And then we can get behind the 100 potentially and get some damage into that player. So that's what we're going to do right now. Let's see. Pushing behind the 100. There we go. 401. And get the clear into that player. We obviously have the VK90, who I am worried about, but I think we're doing okay from. There you go. Nice 397 into the VK90. We're up to 3,000 damage now, which is already very good. And we have the Yag Panzer E100, who's showing me his lower plate. Of course, can't hit it. Yag's aiming on the Foch, I would assume, because the Foch is oblivious. But that's fine with me. Because if the Yag shoots the Foch, then we can aim it on the lower plate of the Yag. There you go. 329. There you go. 368. We have the VK90, who I do need to be worried about. Alright. This is not good. You gonna do something, yo, or are you just gonna sit there? Did they just both go AFK? Bruh, they just both went AFK. Well, that's not helpful at all, is it? Okay, that player just shot, and that means I can move up. I can get one shell into the Yag. I can get another... Did the Yag... Really? Bro's AFK, and then he just appears. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. That Yag was AFK. He was AFK. Bro. I can't. You guys saw that. He literally went AFK, and then just magically started playing again. Oh my god, I hate this game sometimes. Oh my god. My play was I was going to push off to the side over here, because the VK90 was going to push down on the Foch, and then I was going to be able to leave. But no, instead, the AFK Yag comes back alive and shoots me for 900 damage. That's... I have no words. I really have no words. A 44%er shoots me for 900 damage. Wow, okay. We did 4,000 again, guys. Isn't that great? Well, losing our minds, but we're averaging 4K. And it shows you that you don't even need to be an exceptionally skilled player to average 4K. You just have to focus damage over wins. That game was bullcrap, though. Our Fosh went AFK for no reason. The Yag went AFK, then came back, snapped us for 9 frickin' hundred. Oh my god, sometimes when I play this game, it really irritates me. And the things that irritate me are when it doesn't make sense, right? Like the E4 shots. Those shouldn't have missed. They did. The game that we just played, the Yag was freaking AFK, comes back at the worst time for me, and then proceeds to not only kill me, but roll like 900. Like, really? I had 3 things that went bad there. It's very irritating. That's all it is. It's irritating. But, it's fine. It's fine. Up against us this game, we have a TVP, and a Balshation, and a 4202. So they have 3 mediums. Now again, we're playing this smart, so we're going fully wide here so that we don't get detected by anybody in that bush. Go all the way over here, and then we can move up. This way, we don't have to worry about anything. Just keep going over here. Nothing's going to spot me. There you go. This is the safe way to get into this bush. Because sometimes when you move into this position, tanks there will spot you. There you go. They do have a Balshation in that position. And I've put on my Tungsten. There you go. 389. There you go. 393. That's why you put on Tungsten. Because we just brought what was a full health Balshation to half health. Pretty good stuff. 200 LTs moving up. We're going to aim it on the 4202. There you go. 312. 4202 is going to start backing off. 338. Again, we've done 1400 damage now. This is why the line feels so nice, though. You've got this auto-reloading capability that allows you to very effortlessly deal damage. So we're just going to chill here. Looks like that 4202 is not very happy with me. We have the BZ75 in the back. We do have support, to be fair, so I don't have to worry about that at all. Alright. Well, I'm not going to move up, especially not with that BZ there. And they still have the Balshation alive, and our 121B is kind of leaving, which isn't very helpful either. This is not a good job from our team so far. Come on, BZ, push over here. 263 is getting nuked. And the 183 is over here now, too. I don't like that at all. And the TVP's here. This is not good. This is really not good. I do have a grill. I mean, the team's already over. It's just crazy to me how quickly these teams fall apart. Like, it's not like they're doing fine. They're just awful. Like, what is this team we've been given here? This is, like, truly a tragic level team. There you go. Nice 290 into the 4202. Good job, Grill. Let's just poke them. That'll go well. Yeah, that's truly a miraculous play. What a shocker it's not going well for you. Yeah, keep poking. Keep poking. Maybe eventually it'll work for you. It hasn't worked yet, but you never know. Maybe today will be the day when it starts working. Oh, we got the 183 over here now. Not poking that. Good job from our Grill. Truly a amazing player. There you go. Nice 300 damage shell into the 4202 once. That player's taken out. Let's over-angle our side so that the BZ can't pen me with high explosive. We have the Balshation on our rear, and we have to reload. There you go. Nice 347, and get that player taken out. Obviously, we have the BZ over here, who I'm screwed because there's nothing I can really do about this. I got the 183. Oh, the 183 missed. Good job from the 183. Alright, well, we reload. However, I don't think it's going to matter because we're the only one left. Alright, well, let's just aim it on the BZ. I was going to say, I'm just going to aim it on the BZ and hope that we can shoot him, but unfortunately, doesn't matter. So again, we have these 4K games that are great, but then you get balanced out by these teams. And we still did, to be fair, 3,500. But notice my average damage. It's still 4,100, even with these terrible teams, right? T100, really, bro? 200 damage? Grill, 0 damage. Like, if any of my mediums had actually done a proper job supporting me on medium flank, that could have been an entirely different game. But they over-aggressed because they got cocky, and then they got counter-pushed because a 183 and BZ75 got spotted. You never play aggressive because you never know what the enemy team's going to do. Until you know where the 183 is, where that BZ is, you can't make that play. And it's why I didn't. I thought to myself, I said, I can push up on this Balshation, but I didn't because I didn't see the BZ or the 183 spotted on the other side of the map. And when you don't see tank spotted, you have to basically say, they're going to be where I'm going to push. Because every time that you, like, every time I swear I make a guess, like, that Yag Panzer's a great example, right? That Yag was AFK. And I made an educated guess thinking, oh, well, the Yag probably won't come back if he's AFK. And I ended up dying and losing the game because of that, and a potential, 6,000-7,000 damage carry. And that's because I made an educated guess. Sometimes guesses work well, sometimes they don't. I try to put as little RNG as possible. So that's how you should be playing Blitz. Alright, well this game, we have a TVP and a Leopard. So not too crazy of an enemy lineup when it comes to mediums. And while the TVP is a dangerous tank, at the end of the day, I can counter it with my auto-reloading gun. So I'm not too scared of that vehicle. Now, right now, what we're going to do is we're going to aim it on the side of that KPZ-07. We're going to get 1 shell. We're going to get 2 shells. There you go. That's pretty good. Not really sure what the game plan is, but, yeah, you're doing great. Let's aim it on the side of the WZ. I don't know why he... Yeah, great job, enemy team. That's, ooh, really good. The NA server is filled with skilled players, bro. Okay. Oh boy. Oh, look, another tank. Bruh. I leave the spot for 1 second, and another vehicle is now pushing up. What are we doing, enemies? What are we doing? There's a 360 into the E4. There's a 311 into the E4. You gonna keep going? Of course you are. Of course. I love my RNG. Well, I have no words. Oh, great. Oh, more players to YOLO? I need to reload because I shot my reserve shell there. Oh, we got the Leopard over here. Okay. Alright, take a deep breath. Oof. We're gonna get no damage this game, aren't we? It's alright. It's not that big of a deal, but, I seriously don't know what the hell is going on in this game. Like, I don't know what's going on in this battle. There's 1 shell into the Leopard. Leopard's gonna back off. We're up to 2,000 damage, which, to be fair, isn't awful. Had an awful voice crack there. There you go, 398. And boom, 414. Easy clear. 2,895 damage dealt. There's 1 tank that I've not seen. And there it is, the Grill. That's the only player that I have not seen this game. That's the only player I care about. So, see if we can get to this Grill before the rest of our team does. T100 and everybody else in this game wants to farm this player out. Thankfully, we are faster than our team. However, I think that Grill may have hit that guy, because I heard a shot. Sounded like it did hit. Oh, no. Frickin' he did. That's so lame. Alright, well, there's 1. There's 2. And there is 3. Not bad, not bad. We still got a full clip out. That's still 1,000 damage there. And that put us up over 3,000, I think. I think it did put us over 3,000. Let's take a look. That game made no sense. I have no words. We did do 4,100. Listen, I don't know if Peter KeckW is ever going to see this video, but I know, obviously, everybody's going to have their own opinions on what server is the worst. But after watching that Castilla game, I don't think there's an argument from any other server that can actually justify what just happened there. I have never seen a game on any other server act like that. Conf-Panzer07, YOLO's over the ridgeline. This isn't Noob MM, by the way. This is my main account. So people can't make the argument, oh, you're on your press account. You can't stat track on your press account. So I logged on to my main account. That way I could stat track. But the fact that we just had the teams we did, it's mind-boggling sometimes. Like, Blitz is a wild game. Now, we're at 8 battles at this point. We're still at 4,100 average damage. Our win rate's a bit low, but we've been royally screwed with the teams we've been getting today. I'll be honest. Like, yeah, I don't even know what to say. I don't. 907 STB1 T100 LT. That's 3 mediums. And I'm in a medium that doesn't really have turret armor, so we're not going to be playing aggressive. We are going to be waiting for the enemy to make mistakes. That's the goal. So, see what we can do here. We have a Type 71 and T125 going to the heavy flank. And I don't even know what to do. When your team splits like this, you have to make a decision, and neither decision's going to be a good one. Like, if I ignore the medium flank, we lose. And if I ignore these heavies, I'm going to get farmed on the medium flank. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start by going over to the heavy flank. If nothing's here, I'm going to flank with these heavies, get behind the mediums, hopefully, and get some decent damage out. That's the goal. I don't think their team's going to be going here. I could be wrong. Oh, there's an E4. Oh, great. Wow. Guess I was wrong. But you know what? It's fine. Because all we need to do right now is we need to put on our tungsten, get one nice shell into the 100 for 359. Try and bait that E100 maybe. Is the E4 going to poke us? I don't know. This is not ideal. But you know, it's fine because E100 is now aiming on that player. Alright, E100 shot. Now's my chance to move up. Keep on going. There you go. 324. And boom, 337. Alright, that's good. That's damage. Damage is good. Das ist gut. Alright. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to push this E4. Oh, he's looking at me? Bruh. I didn't think he was looking at me. That's lame. Alright, the Yag just shot, which means realistically I have a very brief window where you can get one shell into the E4. We can get two shells in the E4. Are you just going to overpoke? Oh, I thought he was. He didn't. I really thought that E4 was just going to overpoke like a monkey. Alright. There's another shell into the E4. Now you have 200 health left. And we're doing pretty good, honestly. This play worked out better than I expected it to. The E100 over here. And I'm going to aim it on the E100 lower plate. There you go. 359. And I think the best play to make is to just back up. Wait for my shell. Here we go. And no, you don't. Okay. There you go. I don't care if the E100 shoots me, because we have one shell here. We have two shells here. And I don't need to dump my reserve shell, because we have enough DPM that we can still clear him reliably and get this shell back. And then I can continue dealing damage after. So I think that's the best play to make. We're up to 3,800. The problem is that Yag Panzer. There he is. Okay. The Yag's dead. They have two tanks left. They have an STB-1 and a Rinocerante. There's the STB. And the Leopard's actually pretty low. This is good for us. This is really good. Because that Rhino is... Yeah, this is still pretty good. We might be able to get a little bit more damage out this game. We'll see. There's the Rhino, which we do get a nice 425 into. And then we can push this STB, and we can get another 418. And there you go, 4,661 damage. Pretty good. That's 9 games now. Still 4,000 average. We've not... Well, we dipped below 4,000 once. And that was because we had one battle that was 1,800 damage, which, as I said, was based off of RNGs. There you go. Another ace. Another good game. Let's do one last battle here, and we'll call it a day. Listen, guys, at the end of the day, dealing damage in Blitz is simply down to how you focus on the battle, right? Most of the times I play Blitz, I'm not actually focusing that much. I'm reading chat when I do live streams, and I'm focusing more on the content rather than tryharding the battle. If I am the tryhard, you know, you can get results like this, 4,200 average damage for 10 games. Like, it's not hard to do, as long as you understand the fundamentals of the game, where to position your tank, and what to do. But I always do find it a little annoying when people are like, you can't average 4K. I'm like, okay, here's 10 games in a vehicle that most people don't even consider that strong, and we're at 4,200. And, like, I don't know what else to say. So, here we go. Let's see what we can do here. The enemy team is a Sheridan. They have a 92E1. And I don't like that. This is the worst map, again, to basic... Okay. Okay, alright. Alright. I guess you're just better, bro. I guess you're better. You made a stupid poke, you got away with it. Whatever. Mines really is the worst map in the game. It really is. Like, there's not many maps that... Well, it's the worst map for an unarmored tank, because you just can't do anything. You really can't. And I'm really nervous, because... I can't do anything over here. They have a 92-1 and a Sheridan, which are, well, the Sheridan's now spotted, and great. Got up the hill for free. That's amazing. See a knockdown tree there. There's the Hovry? Bro, the Hovry's on the hill? What the hell is our team doing? I was really hoping I could spot, like, that grill or something, but I can't. Yeah, this is bad. Because, like, if that girl got detected back there, that'd be fantastic for me. But he's not, so... It's more just a loss. Okay. Let's aim it on the, Hovry. Okay, there's a 387. I don't even care if you shoot me, honestly. Because I can bleed you out a lot more than you can bleed me. I mean, you shot me for 598, I hit you for 800. You let me know who's the winner there. I mean, their team's gonna win. This is a loss. There's literally nothing I can do about this result. Hovery's still chilling back there. I'm gonna pretend like I'm leaving, and Sheridan's up there too. Oh well. As I said, there's nothing I can do about this result right now. All I can do is hope that like this Hovery makes a bad play. But no, our Grill makes the bad play. There's the Sheridan on the enemy team, which maybe he'll poke this. Nope. This is a fun battle, guys. This is definitely fun. There you go. Nice shell into the Sheridan. Another nice shell into the Sheridan. Sheridan misses. That's pretty good. that at least bled that player out quite a substantial amount. Enough that they're obviously not healthy anymore. We have the Grill on the flank. We have the 92 on the flank. This is fun. It's one shell into the Rhino. 2 shells into the Rhino. We got the 50 TP on our rear. Might as well put on our Tungsten and hope that we can get like one more shot out. Oh, that was just a bad shot from me. I will fully admit to that. There you go. We got the 481 out. 2,700 damage. So, in total, for the 10 games we played today, the only 2 games that we actually did bad on were mines. What a shocker. It's a bad map for tanks that don't have armor. There's nothing you can do when you're outclassed. Their whole team got up the hill. Like, I don't even understand it, bro. I don't even understand it. How does an entire enemy team get up that hill? Like, wow. Great job, team. Great job. But you know what? 4,019 average damage, 10 games. Our teams are pretty freaking awful today. Like, these were legitimately some of the worst teams I've had in a long time. We had some very good games, but wow, the teams that were bad were just really bad. But we did fine, and it shows you that even in a vehicle like the Line, if you know what you're doing, you can get 4,000 average. You have to sacrifice some win rate, though, sometimes, especially on the NA server where games are so quick. If you want to go for damage, you have to sacrifice the wins. But you guys can let me know what you think in the comments. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.